At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on the bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Hagerstown Ford, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening and welcome to the Cardinal Coliseum here at Spring Mills High School as we get you set for some Class Quad A Region 2 Section 1 championship action on girls basketball side here as we have the number 1 Spring Mills Cardinals hosting the number 2 Martinsburg Bulldogs here on the Sunset Water Countdown to tip-off. Sunset Water Services proudly installing water softeners in Martinsburg and Berkeley County since 1989. Spencer Dupuy joined alongside Colin McLaughlin. Happy to have you with us this evening as we get you set for this big matchup. Our cameramen tonight are John Ullerton and Nick Brizzolini back in the studio, who you'll hear from at halftime and in postgame, Dylan Bishop. And Colin, we've seen these two teams match up twice this year. The second game a lot closer than the first game, but there's a caveat in that because Spring Mills was without one of their best players in Reagan Etzel, who leads the team in points and rebounds as a freshman. She's back to full strength after getting out of concussion protocol, and both teams are coming in here at full strength tonight, and obviously it's going to be a tough matchup for Martinsburg, but you look at Martinsburg's season, compared to where they were last year, they've turned themselves around under new head coach Ronnie Fitzpatrick.
Yes, they definitely have. They were only a one-win team last year. Now they're sitting at 9-14, but it's always a fun night when we get to see the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals on the floor because nobody has come close to them this year. 18-0 so far, an undefeated season, first time in program history. This team is special, third in the state in the final AP poll. But we've said it before, and you've even heard Coach Gosk say it. It's really tough to beat a team 3 times in a season, and that's what they have to do tonight against Martinsburg if they want to be section champions. I think it's doable, obviously, because Spring Mills, on average, blows every team out this year that they have faced. But as you said earlier, the last time these two teams played, it was one of the closer games of the season, even though it was still a double-digit win for Spring Mills. However, they were without Reagan Edsel, who is here today, averaging a double-double on the year and one of the best players for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and having her back, obviously, she leads the team in points and rebounds, as I mentioned. He averages a double-double every game, which is incredible for a freshman.
Yes, it is, which means we get to see plenty more time of her on the floor inside the Cardinal Coliseum and around the Eastern Panhandle. She's going to be somebody that will be a star for a long time, and it's incredible how she's already started and the bar set high for her career.
Yeah, the bar is set really high, and you look at her sister, who I believe is she's a junior or a sophomore? Sophomore.
Corinne.
And then Olivia Bolduc is
also sophomore.
Kyla Dandridge is a junior, I believe.
Nope, Dandridge is also a sophomore.
All right. For some reason, I had somebody as a junior.
A
junior.
I was wrong. Corinne is a junior.
Okay,
so that's my fault.
I knew there was a junior in there because they had a graphic they posted on social media. 2023. No, 2020. They had 2024, 2025, and 2026 with the three players in Edsel and Dandridge. So it's pretty amazing what they've been able to do. I talked to Coach George Gosk, head coach for the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals, and it's amazing what they've been able to do over the last few years, where they've made trips to the state tournament. But it just seems like usually I feel like when you have that, you have a core of a team that comes through, and then you have a little down year. But it just seems like every year they reload with one or two players, Colin.
Yeah, it's an incredible system that they have in this area, and it's fun to watch time in and time out. And we knew that the window from last year was going to be swung fully open for a state championship possibility, and we're finally here. It's now probably wide open the next 3-4 years. Could it be a dynasty, or could we just see one, is the question that I feel like, and I feel like we're definitely going to see at least one from this team.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is they're on the season, they're 18-0. They're not getting the respect they deserve, though.
It's tough. We've always made this argument about the strength of schedule not being as strong as the teams in front of them in Wheeling Park and Morgantown. But you always say it. It's your phrase, right? You got to play the teams that are on your schedule. And that's exactly what they do, and they dominate. You look, and every single night they go out and they win 18-0. And not only do they win by 30-plus points every single night on average. So, yes, it might be a weaker schedule, but this team is not weak. They're not underrated. Well, they are underrated. They're not overrated, I should say, or underestimated. They can contend if they make it to Charleston, and everybody here thinks they can do so.
And Colin, you're going to hear it from Coach Gosk, but he said this game is like a luxury game because you're guaranteed, after you either get the bye for the sectional or you win the sectional semifinal, you're guaranteed 2 more games. You're guaranteed a shot at making it to the state tournament.
Yep, that's a blessing in disguise for a lot of teams because you want the trophy, right? You want to be known as the section champion, but if you lose, the only thing is you have to play on the road next week instead of at home for a regional championship, which obviously means so much more because if you're one of the 2 region champions, you get to go down and be the final 8 teams in the state playing for a state championship. And speaking of that, there's still 2 more teams that we haven't talked about on the other side that are still playing tonight. Spencer.
Yeah, we will step aside for our first break of the evening here on the Countdown to Tip-Off, brought to you by Sunset Water Services, proudly installing water softeners in Martinsburg and Berkeley County since 1989. When we get back, we'll talk about those, the other side of the bracket, and give us some scenarios. That's after this 2-minute break. You're tuned in to EPAC Girls Sectional Final Action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 2 minutes.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily.
Grab and Go. Now available at Rock's. Rock's Local Market.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum as both teams hit the floor here about 18:30 away from pregame festivities. As we'll look at the other side of the bracket here, we'll talk about how we got here. Section 1 semifinal on Tuesday saw Martinsburg, the number 2 team, host the number 3 team in Hedgesville and win 59-13. And so we have this matchup tonight, number 1 Spring Mills hosting number 2. Martinsburg on Section 1 side. On the Section 2 side, on Tuesday, number 2, Jefferson took care of business at home against number 3, Musselman, 50-42, and what was a pretty close game there for a little bit, but Jefferson able to get the win there tonight now at number 1, Washington. And Colin, talk about it a little bit. We talked about it on the Sports Mix today, which you can hear on Talk Radio WR and our TV10 and on the TV10 Facebook page. Weekdays from 12 to 1 and re-aired from 5 to 6 on TV and radio. Both of these teams on the other side of the bracket, they've split the season series, and the visitor is the team that gets the wins.
Yeah, I wish the section championships were on different nights so that we could cover both, because this Jefferson versus Washington game is going to be incredible tonight, and I'm going to do my best throughout the entire time to try and find out who's going to win, because as you just said, they split, and both times were incredibly close games from start to finish. There was no separation at any point. It was back and forth, slugfest after slugfest. Nobody holds back in the Jefferson County rivalry. And tonight, I said earlier, I still think it's Washington. I know you think it's going to be Jefferson, but it ultimately comes down to what stars shine in the postseason, and what do you trust more in a basketball team? Do you trust size, or do you trust shooters and athletes that can get you up and down the floor in transition? If you like the latter, you go with Washington. If you like the first scenario with the height, you got to go with Jefferson.
Yeah, and that is key here. We'll talk about, we'll recap that tomorrow, but it's going to be a good one. Also taking center stage at 7 p.m. as on the other side in Section 2, number 1 Washington hosting number 2 Jefferson. The winners of these games will host the region matchups next Wednesday. The losers will travel to the opposite side. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But that'll do it for this segment here on the Sunset Water Countdown to Tip-Off. When we get back, we'll have the coaches' interviews. You're tuned in to EPAC Girls Hoops on TV10 and Talk Radio WRNR, back in 2 minutes.
And the The streak continues!
CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum here at Spring Mills High School. We get you set for the Section 1 championship matchup between number 1 Spring Mills and number 2 Martinsburg. It's time for the coaches' interviews, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets, with convenient locations all around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's fast, fresh, friendly. We'll start with the head coach for the visitors in the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs, head coach Ronnie Fitzpatrick.
Joined by head coach for the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs, Coach Ronnie Fitzpatrick. And, Coach, you guys got that big win on Tuesday in the sectional semis against Hedgesville. What kind of things do you take from that ball game? You know, it's a Hedgesville team that, you know, is trying to build their program up, but you guys able to get a big win.
Yeah, it was a big win. Every win's a big win for us. But we can take away some of the momentum. We've had a couple games in a row. We're going to face a very talented and a team that's on another roll too here at Spring Mills. But we just look to play good, sound defense, do the things that we worked on all year, and hopefully we can get some baskets to fall and come out on the right side.
And you talked about the Spring Mills team last time you faced them. They were without their leading scorer and their leading rebounder. How much is that going to change the complexion of tonight's game, knowing you guys have to guard her?
Well, I mean, they're talented across the board, so missing one or two of them really didn't really affect them. We were missing one of our good players too. Addie Strover didn't play in that game either. So hopefully they nullify each other, and we'll see what happens tonight.
And no matter what, you guys guarantee the regional berth after qualifying for this section championship. What does it mean to this team and to you as your first year as a head coach to be able to do that and be one step away no matter what from making it to the state tournament?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you want these kids to have an opportunity to compete in meaningful games. So that's what's most important. You set goals at the beginning of the year, and slowly but surely we're trying to achieve them. I think the girls have really taken to it. I think they've been locked in. We've had a couple good practices. So I'm excited for them to have the opportunity. For me, I'm just lucky that I get an opportunity to coach.
And if you were able to get the win tonight, it'd be a huge accomplishment because you knock off the top team in your conference. But, for you guys, obviously that's something you want to do tonight, even though it's going to be a tough task.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, anytime you have an opportunity to win a championship, it's big. And that's what you play for. That's what you work in the off season and doing, ball handling drills when you're 8 is to have the opportunity to win a championship. And that's what we have in front of us tonight. So it's exciting.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We're joined by head coach for the Spring Mills Cardinals, Coach George Gosk. And, Coach, you guys got the bye in the first round, and you're able to probably watch a little bit of that game. between Hedgesville and Martinsburg. And last time you faced Martinsburg, you were without one of your top players in Reagan Etzel. She's back, so squad at full strength for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to help having her on the floor, especially with the defensive and offensive rebounds, as well as guarding Bradley in the paint. That's going to give us a little bit more size.
And you go into tonight, you guys obviously have the number 1 seed. You hope to be able to host the regional, but no matter what, you're going to have a chance to go back to Charleston.
Yeah, absolutely. This game, I always say it's the luxury game because it's nice to win because you get the home court advantage in the regional game, but at the end of the day, that regional game is the most important game. However, you want to get this game to have a home court advantage going into that regional game, which is just equally as important. So moving forward, we need to take care of business tonight, stay focused on this task at hand, and then we'll worry about our opponent next week.
And when you look at this Martinsburg team, you mentioned kind of the things that you'll be able to do, having a squad at full strength. What specifically are you going to have to do to lock down kind of the 2 players down low?
Yeah, so they have good size, and I think our scrappiness on defense, our full court pressure, kind of try to limit those inside touches that they can grab on their end of the floor and keep the ball possibly as far away from their basket as possible. I think having good help defense tonight, doubling down on the post some, and just trying to have good ball pressure on the perimeter and keep the ball out of the post is our game plan as well.
And when we talk about this all throughout the season with you, you have a very young team. You're having a few players their careers are going to end after your playoff run's over. But how much does that mean to you, knowing that you've been able to continually build this team with young players that just keep coming in every year?
Yeah, absolutely. That's that's just a blessing that I've been blessed with as far as taking over this program, and you like to see that consistency and that continuity each year and continue to grow the program and get better. And I think obviously this group is heading in the right direction. We'll lose 2 next year, but moving forward we're still heading in the right direction.
Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
That was head coach for
joined by head coach
the Spring Mills Cardinals, George Goss. Prior to that, you heard head coach for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Ronnie Fitzpatrick. We got about 8.5 minutes until pregame festivities begin. Colin almost had to catch a ball there, but we'll have a step aside for our third break of the pregame show when we get back. Colin will give you his keys to the game. You're tuned in to EPAC Girls Hoops Sectional Championship action on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, as well as Talk Radio WRNR back in 2 minutes.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value Brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center, 400 West Stevens Street, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum here at Spring Mills High School. We're getting you set for the Class Quad A Region 2 Section 1 championship matchup here between the number 1 Spring Mills Lady Cardinals and the number 2 Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs. Spencer Dupuy joined alongside Colin McLaughlin. Happy to have you with us here. Cameramen this evening, John Alderton and Nick Rosolini back in the studio. Dylan Bishop. As we about 5.5 minutes before tip-off here, Colin, it's time for the keys to the game. The key to your next car is that Heffley Motor Company located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? I ride with them, Colin, so when you need a new car, you have to ride with them.
Well, hopefully that's not anytime soon, but and hopefully it's not for anybody here anytime soon, too.
I don't know.
Some pregame stuff that we heard about, but everybody was okay. So I'll start off with my keys to the game for the visitors, the Martinsburg Bulldogs. And you got to go with the same game plan that you had last time, even though Reagan Edsel is back and you still ended up losing the game. It worked. You were able to compete, and that's ultimately what you need to do, compete. Don't lack confidence, even though everybody's counting you out of this one. You're still the Martinsburg Bulldogs. You have that reputation in your name, and people sometimes fear that name, so that name still carries weight. You got to worry about the name on the front of your jerseys and play like a Bulldog tonight and be hungry for a win. And then for the Cardinals, you got to have that press on point tonight, as it has been the entire season, wreaking havoc on every offense it's touched and causing turnovers at seemingly almost every point of the game. If they can do that, they're going to win again and then stay undefeated.
All right, Colin, I'm going to ask you a question here. We got a little bit of time to kill on this segment. We talked about the last matchup where Reagan Edsel was out. Well, also, Strobel was out for Martinsburg. With them both back, how do you see that matchup playing up potentially? Along with, you also look at Cadence Bradley as well.
I mean, it definitely helps both teams, right? Spring Mills, for both teams, it's their leading rebounder that gets to play tonight, because Reagan Edsel averages 10.2 leading the team for Spring Mills, and for Martinsburg, Strobel averages 7.4 rebounds per game. She's leading for them. So on the boards, which we know can be a difference, especially success on the offensive boards, is something that Martinsburg really wanted more of from their team against Hedgesville, a team that you felt like they could have probably even won more by against on Tuesday if they would have rebounded some more. So even though Strobel and Bradley were there, you need rebounds from them. You have the height advantage. There's nobody over 6 foot on Spring Mills, but Edsel still finding
you on YouTube back in 2 minutes.
Heffley Motor Company, just off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road, is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner, serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. And if you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg is your favorite place to have a great meal, a good time, and to catch all the games. Join us Mondays for 75-cent wings and follow your favorite team from the bar on our 17 TVs located all throughout the bar or from the outdoor fire pit. Ollie's has great food and drink menus and features specials for every day of the week, including Saturdays when you can get a 16-ounce ribeye steak grilled the way you want it for just $24.95. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Back to the Cardinal Coliseum here, just moments away from tip-off in this Class Quad A Region 2 Section 1 championship game between Spring Mills and Martinsburg. It's time for the players to look out for. Brought to you by Sutton & Janelle Attorneys at Law, full-service law firm helping individuals, families, and businesses with all their legal needs. They're at 224 West King Street in Martinsburg or online at suttonandjanelle.com. Calling players to look out for. First, the player for the visitors in the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, it has to be Kayla Fitzpatrick. She was the leading scorer on Tuesday against Hedgesville with 17 points. When she's out over her average of 11.1 points per game, she's the difference maker for Martinsburg in the score column. So watch out for Fitzpatrick.
That's a solid one, and for the number 1 Spring Mills Lady Cardinals.
I think it has to be the freshman, right? Reagan Edsel. I mean, she averages a double-double when she's on the floor for them. You can tell she's the best player out there on both sides of the ball, and it's a clear difference among all 9 other players compared to her. So watch her very closely tonight, number 10 in white. Or excuse me, number 12 in... No, I was right. Number 3 is Edsel. I was looking at her sister, who also is a talented player, but Reagan, number 3 in white, is somebody to watch out for.
All right, now it's time for the starting lineups brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. First for the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs, number 10, the junior. Number 10, Brooklyn Medina. The senior, number 15, Kyla Fitzpatrick. Number 21, the freshman, Tiana Santabaria. And number 33, the sophomore forward, Addison Strobel. And around out the lineup, number 34, the junior center, Cadence Bradley. And for the homestanding Spring Mills Lady Cardinals, number 3, the freshman, Reagan Edsel. Number 10, the junior, Corinne Edsel. Number 12, the sophomore, Olivia Bolduc. And rounding out the lineup, there's Maya Griffin, number 23, the senior, and rounding out the lineup, number 32, the sophomore, Kyla Dandridge. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break, 2.5-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the tip-off. You're tuned into EPAC Sectional Championship action on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube back in 2.5 minutes.
And the streak continues!
CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. Just moments away from tip-off here between number 2 Martinsburg and number 1 Spring Mills in the Quad A Region 2 Section 1 championship game. The winner of this one will host a regional matchup. The loser of this game will have another shot to make it to the state tournament by traveling to the Section 2 champion, and the winner of this one will host the Region 2 or the Section 2 runner-up. It's now time for opening tip-off. That's brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com for more. Tip-off moments away between Spring Mills and Martinsburg, and here it is, one back by Bradley. Santa Maria passes over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick with it. Dribbles through the lane in the corner to Medina. Medina back to Fitzpatrick. She'll take a shot, about a 10-foot shot, and she nails it. It's a 2-0 lead early for Martinsburg on top of Spring Mill. 7:39 left to go in the first quarter.
And you saw the statement early there from Martinsburg. They're playing with physicality. Hard pick there set by Bradley.
That was a great call as Olivia Bolduc had her foot on the line. As it's right to the right of our broadcast location, so it'll be a turnover. It'll be Martinsburg basketball up 2-0 early.
Fortunately, Corinne Edsel was okay after the pick, too, that she took from Bradley.
Santa Maria has it. She passes now over to Medina. Back over to Strovel at the top of the key. Strovel has the ball batted by Dandridge. Out of bounds, it'll remain with the Lady Bulldogs. No. Yeah, it will remain with the Lady Bulldogs. Santa Maria will inbound it. She passes it over to Fitzpatrick at the top of the key. Dribble drives, passes over to Medina. She thinks about the three. Wisely drives through the lane. She lays it up, but she's fouled by Reagan Edsel. Team's first, Edsel's first.
Great start so far by the Bulldogs. They're the ones controlling the tempo and have swung first against the undefeated Cardinals.
Medina at the line. First shot of the game was brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect. They're at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-5131. First shot by Medina is no good. 7:09 to go here in the middle of two shots from Brooklyn Medina here, with Martinsburg already on top 2-0. Second shot, straight up and through. It's 3-0 now. Bolduc now will pass it over to Edsel. Ball pushed out by Medina. Aggressive, great defense here so far by the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, so far their press has been the one that has really been the difference, because Spring Mills hasn't had time to set up press because they haven't made a shot yet. They're playing flat right now after the bye.
Dandridge able to corral the pass. Now it's back out from three for Edsel. That's no good, and it rounds through, actually.
Yeah, I had that weird shot on Tuesday, too. It went straight up into the air, thought it wasn't dropping down, and it did.
Tie ball game, now Spring Mills with it. Edsel takes it away, Dandridge takes it away, tries to put up the shot, no good. Medina gets the rebound up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick passes the timeline. Over to Santa Maria. Santa Maria's layup, no good. Strobel tried to get the board instead into Dandridge's hands. She's going to slow it down, get past the timeline. She's actually going to go right to the basket. Her shot is up and good for Kyla Dandridge.
Yep, she saw that all the way. The only one in the paint was Bradley, and she liked the matchup.
5-0 run now by the Cardinals after going down 3-0. Up to Medina. Medina down to Stroll. She can't handle it. She gets the handles. She puts it up. She's blocked, but they'll call a foul. So Strovel to the line for two.
Yeah, there was some contact with the body. It was the right call, even though some might say it wasn't, because a lot of people will wonder how a referee can see that from behind, but it was the right call from our angle as well.
Strovel at the line for two. First shot is up and off the top of the front of the iron, no good. It's the ball back for the second free throw. It's a 5-3 lead for the Cardinals over the Bulldogs. Exactly 6 minutes left. Second shot coming from Strovel. That one off the front of the iron as well, no good. Rebounded by Spring Mills. Over to Griffin, now to Bolduc. Bolduc passes over to Dandridge. She's going to dribble drive through the lane, lay that one up. No good, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line.
Yep, she got tripped up on the follow-through. Well-deserved play for Dandridge, fighting through on the baseline. That's tough when you go up against Bradley.
A foul on Bradley. Dandridge at the line here. First shot, it's up and bounces around and off the rim. No good. Coming into the ball game now is Nelson for Martinsburg. Second shot from Dandridge, up and straight through. She's got 3 on the night so far. 6-3 is the lead for the Lady Cardinals. The press coming in handy now. Ball to Nelson. Nelson tries to get it back. She gets it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick being guarded tightly by Edsel. Ball down, taken away by Corinne Edsel. Corinne Edsel going back the other way. She'll pass it to Reagan Edsel. She'll get it past the timeline. She's going to go in the corner. Unable to reach it, though, is Griffin. It'll go out of bounds, a turnover. 5:32 left in the first quarter, which is brought to you on TV 10 by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations. Robert Fields & Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home that has proudly served the area since 1880. Ball up now to Nelson. Nelson's going to go right through the lane. She's going to lay that up, no good. Fighting for the board, Santa Maria. Now the ball comes back to her after it's deflected, and then it's blocked. Blocked by Reagan Edsel. Down to Bolduc. Bolduc thinks about the shot, comes back out. Now over to Edsel. Down low to Dandridge, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll remain with the Lady Cardinals. Checking in for Martinsburg is, I believe that's Seelinger. Checking out is Nelson. Down low to Edsel for the wide open shot. No good. She gets her own board. She's going to put back up the shot, and that's straight through. Reagan Edsel now leads the team with 5 points tonight out of the 8. Under 5 to go in the first quarter. Fitzpatrick trouble getting it in. She gets it in, but it's stolen. They're going to call the foul here. I believe it's on Martinsburg. It's on 21. Santa Maria. Fitzpatrick checks out for a breather. Dandridge inbounds it to Corinne Edsel. Over to Bolduc. She thinks about the 3. Comes to the top of the key. Over to Dandridge. Dandridge guarded by Nelson. Tries to get it down low to Edsel. And Edsel has it, but she's out of bounds.
It's still an 8-0 run now for Spring Mills, but Martinsburg staying in it.
Cadence Bradley. Bradley to Santa Maria trying to break the press. That they do. They get past the timeline. Over to Nelson. Nelson has the ball almost taken away. Now it's into Bradley. Bradley will pop a deep 3. That's off the mark. No good. Fighting for the board with Seelinger, and Medina goes out of bounds. .425 to go in the first quarter. An 8-0 run, as Colin mentioned, for the Lady Cardinals. Bolduc has it on the inbound. Passes to Edsel. Back to Bolduc. Bolduc over to Dandridge. Dandridge going to dribble drive through the lane. She's going to pass that one out to McIntyre, who's entered the game. Over to Dandridge again. Dandridge gets the screen. She puts up the shot. That's straight through. Kyla Dandridge up to 5 points. A 10-0 run now for the Lady Cardinals. Into Bradley. Over to Santa Maria. She's got to get past the timeline. She does, and she's fouled.
Yeah,
foul there on Edsel.
Yeah, Corinne Edsel just couldn't get her feet set in time. She wanted to be able to take that charge and use the sideline to her advantage, but if you're not there first, you're going to get called for the block every single time.
Ball inbounded now to Santa Maria. She's got nowhere to go with it. She tries to pass it to Medina. It goes off the hands of McIntyre. They'll stay with the Lady Bulldogs.
That was close. I almost thought that last one off the finger of Medina.
Fitzpatrick to inbounds it once again. She gets it to Santa Maria deep in her own end. Guarded by Bolduc. Past the timeline now. Over to Medina. Medina. The pass to Bradley. Her 3 is on the way. No good. Going back the other way now is Spring Mills. That's Corinne Edsel. Her layup is up and no good. Taken by Santa Maria. Ball batted through the air. Medina will get it. They're going to call the kick ball. And go to possession to Martinsburg.
And that was smart by Reagan Edsel.
It was kind of a weird position, though, because I didn't know if she thought maybe it was going to be backcourt. They were right at the line.
Yeah, I feel like she just realized she didn't want the transition offense from Martinsburg, so she needed to be able to kick the ball because everybody else on Spring Mills was still getting back.
Fitzpatrick inbounds it to Nelson. Nelson tries to pass it to Bradley. She has it taken away by Reagan Edsel. Pure power by Edsel. She's going to pass it now over to McIntyre in the corner. And she's fouled. That's Boldy. First quarter also brought to you on TV 10 by CMA's Honda of Winchester. 3985 Valley Pike. CMA moving lives forward. Foul there on Medina.
No, that was actually Sealinger.
On Sealinger. That was early.
Yep.
On the board. Spring Mills with possession. Corinne Edsel inbounds it to Olivia Bolduc. Over to Dandridge. Dandridge going to get a screen from Reagan Edsel. Swings it over to Corinne Edsel. Over to Bolduc. Bolduc thought about the three. Down low. Now over to Dandridge. She's going to put up the shot, and that rims out no good. Edsel with the board. Stole the field goal. She'll go to the line. Reagan Edsel. Now up to 7 points, looking to make it 8.
Yeah, they were able to pull Bradley out and have to guard the perimeter, and that allowed Dandridge to cut through the back door. Her shot missed, and then, of course, Reagan Edsel anywhere on the floor, you know the ball will find her. She was able to get that one.
Free throw from Edsel is up and straight through. She nails the and one attempt. She's now up to 8 points. 8 of the 13 points. A 13-0 run for the Lady Cardinals here. 2:51 to go in the first quarter. Medina gets it past the timeline. She's cornered. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's Martinsburg basketball. Bolduc thought it was off of Martinsburg.
Yeah, you may or may not have been able to hear that through our headsets, but she was trying to say that it was last off anybody else but her.
2-on-1 here on Medina, and it's a pickpocket, but they're going to call the reach in on Reagan Edsel.
Yeah, she reached in with her left and made contact on the body with her right. And that's something that you don't want early now because that's her second foul.
That is her second foul.
And we're still in the first quarter.
Ball into Fitzpatrick. Again, double teamed. Again, gets past the timeline. Fitzpatrick dribbles all the way into the corner. She passes it down to Strobel. Strobel backing down her defender. Her layup's no good. She tries to get her own rebound. Corinne Edsel gets the board. Up to Reagan Edsel. Reagan Edsel passes it to Dandridge. Dandridge guarded by Nelson. Passes it in the corner now to Corinne Edsel. Now in the deep corner to McIntyre. Back to Edsel. Over to Dandridge. Swinging it out there to the other side. And pass to Corinne Edsel from three. That's off the mark. No good. Bolduc secures the board. Resetting the offense. Over to Dandridge. Back to Bolduc. Go to Corinne Edsel. Down low to McIntyre. Floats it in to Corinne Edsel. She's fouled. She'll go to the line once again.
Yeah, some hard contact there by Sealinger, a player that has gotten more minutes as the season has went on, but still no match for the freshman Reagan Edsel. It looked like they actually called it against Nelson.
Wow.
Not Sealinger.
1:50 to go in the first quarter. First shot from Corinne Edsel is up and good. Excuse me, Reagan Edsel. Big line change for the Lady Bulldogs. Baker coming in. Goes through for Reagan Edsel.
So thought a fan was about to post you up there for a second and just guard you, Spencer.
I was trying to see. I was
seeing the free throw, I know.
15-3 is the lead now for the Lady Cardinals. Up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick loses handle. She regains handles. Over to Santa Maria. Now to Medina. Thinks about the three. She decides not to get it. She goes in for the layup, and that's good. Brooklyn Medina, now with her third point of the night, second and third points, ends the scoring drought. Now 15-5, 129 left in the first.
Yeah, it was a 15-0 run for Spring Mills.
Down to Dandridge. She spins around her defender, lays that one off the glass and in. Kyla Dandridge up to 7 points.
Yeah, her and Reagan Edsel now with 7 points each. Great night so far for them.
Fitzpatrick is going to get it past the timeline. She's going to pass it to Medina. Ball's nearly taken away by Dandridge. Back to Medina. Now in the corner to Santa Maria. Santa Maria coming in for the shot, and it's now a 4-0 run. Or excuse me, 4 points now. 17-7 after the score there. Under 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Over to Bolduc. Bolduc thinks about the three. Wisely decides not to. Now to Corinne Etzel. Over to Dandridge. Bolduc, wide open three, decides against it. Tries the bounce pass. Ball's nearly taken away. McIntyre with it. Her reverse layup is good. Score the field goal. She'll go to the line. How did that go in, Colin?
I don't know. I wanted to stand up in disbelief at that one. She hopped into the air. St. Patrick's Day is not even here yet, and she looked like an Irish river dancer out there with her feet. Somehow got a left hook while in the air, and that one just hit the perfect spot on the glass to bounce through. You'll never see that again.
Irving checks in here, but it'll be McIntyre at the line. Her shot is up and no good. Kyla Fitzpatrick has it. She gets past the timeline now. In the corner now to Santa Maria. Santa Maria's shot is up and no good. Ball go out of bounds. It'll remain with the Lady Bulldogs off the hands of Dandridge.
It's been a tough night right now after starting off leading 3-0 for Martinsburg. The rest of the quarter only scoring 4 points, allowing 19. You felt like they were the aggressors early, but since then, they just haven't found offense. They really need to catch and shoot more. I feel like they allow Spring Mills defense to collapse on top of them because they're taking too much time.
In the corner to Fitzpatrick. Her three on the way. That's no good. Rebounded by Irving. Now to Bolduc. Bolduc gets through the defense. She's going to go. Pass it in the corner from three. That's off the mark. No good. At the end of the first quarter, it's Spring Mills 19. Martinsburg 7. We'll head to a 60-second break. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter for you on TV 10 and Talk Radio WRNR. You're tuned into EPAC Girls Sectional Championship action. Back in 60.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Welcome back here to the Cardinal Coliseum, getting ready to start the second quarter here between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. Spring Mills is up 19-7 here after one quarter. Colin, it was really that big run for the Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, when you can go on a 15-0 run, you're expected to be leading, right? Especially when you're the undefeated team entering tonight's game at 18-0 like Spring Mills is. They started off flat, somewhat expected because of the fact that they had the bye for this, but you know they're the best team clearly in the area, so eventually that was going to show.
Spring Mills basketball here as we start the quarter. Over to Bolduc. Bolduc trying to set up the offense. She'll pass over to Corinne Etzel. Corinne Etzel back to Bolduc, swinging it all the way around to McIntyre. Her three is on the way. That's off the mark, no good. Tipping out the ball was Griffin, but that was Martinsburg basketball. Now taken away by over to Bolduc. Bolduc going to stop. Pass back now to Corinne Etzel. Now to Bolduc in the corner. Down low to Dandridge. She's going to swing it back out now over to Bolduc. Ball now to Corinne Etzel. In the corner now to Griffin. Back to Corinne Etzel at the top of the key. Now over to Bolduc. They're just taking time off the clock here. To Corinne Etzel. To Dandridge. She'll turn around, think about the shot. No good. Over. Now a Maya Griffin shot. That's straight through. Griffin in the scoring column.
Great ball movement that possession by Spring Mills. Waiting for the right shot, creating space by spreading out the defense. And Martinsburg, now's the time to strike because Reagan Edsall's not on the floor with 2 fouls.
There you go, and that ball batted away, but it'll remain Martinsburg possession.
Spring Mills let her finish off the quarter in the first quarter after already having 2 fouls.
Well, you got a solid lead here. I think that's
you let her get a breather.
Yeah. Ball inbounded to Santa Maria. Santa Maria gets past the timeline over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick passes to Strobel. Strobel back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick will dribble drive through the lane, lay that one up, and good for Fitzpatrick. She's got 4 points. Of the team's 9, 21-9, 6:33 left in the second quarter. Over to Corinne Edsall. To Dandridge. Ball batted, though, by Medina, but Dandridge able to get it down low to Griffin. Griffin's layup is no good. Rebound fought for and grabbed by Strobel. Up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick has the ball taken away by Bolduc. Now over to McIntyre. Over to Edsall. Over to Griffin. Now back to Edsall. Now back to Bolduc. Bolduc has the ball batted away by Medina. Medina going back the other way. Guarded. She's going to slow it down here. Pop the 3. That's off the mark. No good. That ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Spring Mills basketball.
She honestly probably could have had that rebound if she followed her shot. As soon as she took the shot, she started backpedaling, thinking that she made it instead of following it in because nobody was in that corner for the rebound. Got to keep your possessions alive and try to make every one count against Spring Mills.
Over to McIntyre. McIntyre down to Griffin. Now back to McIntyre. She'll pass over to Corinne Edsall. Bolduc in the corner. Back to Corinne Edsall. Now back to Bolduc. Her 3 is on the way. That's no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg.
Medina almost had a steal on that pass, too, before the 3.
Medina going to take it the distance of the court here. Slow it down. Tried to pass to Strobel. Strobel couldn't get the pass going back the other way now. Spring Mills up to Bolduc. Bolduc will lay that one up. Score the field goal. She'll go to the line. If I missed something, that's her first points of the evening.
That is her first points of the evening. A girl that averages 13.9 leading the way. But, yeah, that's her first points, and now she has a chance to make it a 3-point play.
23-9, the 3-point play coming up from Bolduc. Her shot is on the way, and that's off the top of the rim. No good. Bradley with the board.
That was also Martinsburg's 7th foul, so the rest of the way, Spring Mills is shooting free throws.
Good point there, Colin. Santa Maria over to Medina. She's got the wide open 3. She'll shoot that once again. No good. Strobel tried to get the board. That's Santa Maria, and they're going to call the foul. I believe it's on Spring Mills. It is. It's on McIntyre.
Yeah, Martinsburg in desperate need of 3s to start going down if they want to get back in this one.
Fitzpatrick from 3. That's straight through. Colin, are you the summoner?
That's the first one tonight. We already saw 2 missed by Bradley, I think just 2 from Medina, and now at least 1 was missed from Fitzpatrick. That was the first one that she made.
She's up to 7 now to Dandridge. Dandridge at the top of the key. She'll step back for a 3, and that's no good. Rebounded by Santa Maria. Forced to the corner. She gets it past the timeline. Ball nearly taken away, though. She's stuck. She's got to pass it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick going to step back, stop for the shot, and that's no good. Rebounded by Dandridge after the ball bounced around. Slow things down here. 4:15 left in the second quarter. Brought to you on TV 10 by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer, at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. Go to Orsini's.com. Bolduc with it now. She's going to pass in the corner to Edsall. Edsall's going to decide to pass it to Dandridge. Dandridge down low to Griffin. Her shot's blocked, but she gets her own rebound. She lays that one up and in. Maya Griffin now with 4 points, and Coach Goss calls a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're tuned in to the sectional championship with Spring Mills on top 25-12 over Martinsburg. We'll be back after this 30-second break.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces, Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Here to the Cardinal Coliseum, 25-12. Here is the lead for Spring Mills over Martinsburg in the girls basketball region Class Quad A Region 2 Section 1 Championship. Colin, do you have a score update yet?
I do not. Looking at the other stream for the other section championship, and unfortunately there's no way to see the score. So. All
right, well, this quarter is also brought to you on TV 10 by the Skinner Law Firm. Injury and consumer rights lawyers. Call 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com. Trying to see if Kaz is at that. Let me check Twitter here.
I don't see him here, so he must be at the other game, right?
Don't have a tweet, though. All right.
Score here is 25-12.
Yeah, we've mentioned that a few times. In the corner now to Medina. Medina over to Santa Maria. Now down low to Seelinger. Seelinger forced to turn around. She'll pass that back out to Bradley. Her three's off the mark, no good. Santa Maria can't get the rebound. It'll be Spring Mills possession.
Still Martinsburg trying to live and die by the three. Right now they're dying. Only 1 3 made for the Bulldogs so far.
Ball down low, now in the corner. A shot there from Faith Bush, who's in the ball game. That's no good. It'll be Spring Mills basketball though. Ball now over to Bolduc. Bolduc's going to dribble drive through the middle of the lane. She thinks about the three. Over to Bush. Now to Reagan Edsel, who's back in the ball game. She's fouled, I believe, by Cadence Bradley.
Bolduc right now just really playing more of a facilitator instead of a shot maker. We saw as soon as she got the ball, she had a chance at an open three, didn't take it, and then went to the top of the key and again didn't take it.
Shot there by Reagan Edsel is up and good. We got a score update. 18-17 Jefferson on top, under 3 minutes until halftime. Thanks to Dylan with the score update. He'll have the updated halftime score during his segment at halftime. Second shot coming up from Edsel is good. She's perfect at the free throw line tonight.
Right as you said that, I got the score update from Coach Matt Fairclough.
He's always on it. Shout out Coach Matt Fairclough. 27-12. Spring Mills on top of Martinsburg here. It's Santa Maria tries to take it all the way to the basket. She then tries to pass it to Seelinger, but it goes out of bounds, deflected off of Bolduc. Santa Maria and inbound things. 2:57 to go here in the first half. Fitzpatrick with it. Comes to the top of the key. Trying to set up the offense. Trying to direct traffic here. She's going to pass it to Santa Maria. Santa Maria in the corner just inside the arc for two-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Corinne Edsel. Up to Kyla Dandridge. Kyla Dandridge is going to lay that one up. Score the field goal. She'll go to the line. Dandridge once again scores the field goal here. She's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, looking to make it 10 points.
Yep, she's just a hard worker on both sides of the floor. She's able to get in that transition, and multiple times you'll see her get an opportunity for a three-point play to continue to extend this 17-point lead for Spring Mills.
Dandridge, her and one attempt is up and good. She's now 2 for 3 at the line tonight. 30-12 is the score. 2:37 remaining here in the first half. Press. Spring Mills still pressing here. Ball inbounded to Medina. Medina has the time ticking off here. She's going to, Faith Bush is going to let her take it past half court. Now over to Nelson. Back to Medina. Medina now to Santa Maria. Her shot is blocked. Believed by Dandridge.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was Dandridge. She's the one getting high five, so I think you're right. It was either her or Reagan Edsel, but either way, it's an early nomination for rejection of the game.
There you go. Ball inbounded to Fitzpatrick. She lays that one up. She's fouled, though, unable to get the hoop and the harm. She'll go to the charity strike, though.
Yep, that one against Faith Bush.
Fitzpatrick at the line here, shooting 2. First shot is up and no good, off the mark. Martinsburg just 1 now for 5 at the charity stripe tonight. Down 18. Second shot from Fitzpatrick is on the way. That's no good. Rebounded by Edsel. She goes up the court, passes to her sister, Corinne. Ball tried to get passed down to Reagan. She's fouled, or has the ball taken away by Nelson. Nelson fouled there. It'll be 1-1 now. As 7th foul.
And now both Edsel sisters with 2 fouls each.
It'll be Nelson at the line. Shot is up and straight through on the 1-1.
And Martinsburg really needs to start making their free throws. That's the second one they've made tonight. They're 2 of 7 from the line.
Nelson's second shot on the way, and that's through as well. Timeout called here. We'll take one with them. That called by head coach Ronnie Fitzpatrick. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're tuned in to the EPAC Section 1 Championship on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 30 seconds. There's Faircloth's assistant.
Huh?
There's Faircloth's assistant.
Yeah, Coach Faircloth texted me 18-17 Jefferson, 240 in the second, watching both games on TV. Good catch.
Heffley Motor Company, just off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road, is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner, serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. And if you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
The line once again. 2 for 3 tonight. She will shoot the 1, and I believe she'll shoot 2, as that's a 10th foul on the Bulldogs.
Yep, now the double bonus, and that was also Sealinger's second foul.
Shot is up and no good from Dandridge.
Makes her 2 of 4 from the free throw line.
Bree King checks in for Spring Mills.
Spring Mills 7 of 11 in total from the free throw line tonight.
Dandridge's second shot is up and good.
31-14.
Santa Maria inbounds it to Medina. Medina has to pass it to Santa Maria. She gets past the timeline. Santa Maria gets the screen, but they're going to call a legal screen on Sealinger. That's her 3rd foul. Don't need that if you're Martinsburg. Bolduc with it. Over to King. Ball nearly taken away by Fitzpatrick, but up to Dandridge. Now to Reagan Edsel. Back to Dandridge. Dandridge going to dribble drive through the lane, and her pass to McIntyre. Her shot's no good, but Reagan Edsel gets the board and scores once again. 33-14 is the score. 1:24 left in the first half. Medina up to Nelson. Nelson's going to dribble right through the lane. Her shot is blocked once again by Kyla Dandridge. Reagan Edsel going back the other way. 1:12 left in the first half. Down to King. King getting some big minutes in this game early on. Over to Edsel. Edsel's shot is no good, deflected. Ball taken, rebounded by Martinsburg and Medina. Medina, her cross-court pass taken away by King. King's going to lay that one up and in. Bree King in the scoring column. That forces a timeout. We'll take one with him. You're tuned in to the Section 1 championship game for the girls' hoops side. Spring Mills 35, Martinsburg 14. We'll be back after this 30-second break.
You've put up with your water long enough. It's time for Sunset Water Services, your local water solution since 1989, to fix your water problems. Get better tasting, better smelling, and better looking water today. Say hello to drinking your own delicious water for pennies per gallon. Say yes to healthier skin and hair and to softer and brighter clothes. Sunset Water Services delivers your bags of salt to you, so they'll save your back too. And our products come with a 1-year satisfaction guarantee. Call 304-754-9031 for a free water quality test today. SunsetWater.com.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. We're under 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. Spring Mills 35, Martinsburg 14. This one, and it's been all Spring Mills.
Yeah, it has. They had a 15-0 run in the first quarter to give them a lead, and they haven't looked back after Martinsburg was able to get up 3-0 early. And a fun one on the other side. Won't give out the score so that I don't take the job away from Dylan at halftime, but he'll have that one for you. It's a good game so far in Section 2.
That it is. It'll be Martinsburg basketball inbounding under their own basket. Santa Maria will get it to inbound it. She will inbound to Medina. Medina guarded by King. Up to Rodriguez, who checks in the ball game. Back to Medina. Ball nearly taken away by McIntyre, but it'll remain Martinsburg basketball to pass to Kyla Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to inbound at 40.1 left on the clock. Over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez tried to pass it down to Baker. Baker able to keep her hands on it to Medina. Medina's layup no good. Rebounded by McIntyre. Up to Bolduc. Under 30 seconds left in the first half. Bolduc gets around her defender. In the corner, now a three coming, and that three is through for Maya Griffin. She's now got 7 points. Under 13 to go. Rodriguez. With under 10 seconds to go. Got to get it past the timeline. Over to Santa Maria. Santa Maria, three on the clock. Medina down low. To Baker. Baker's shot, no good. Doesn't come off in time. It's 38-14 at half. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break. We come back. We'll have the halftime show. You're tuned in to the EPAC Section 1 Championship on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube back in 2 minutes.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
You've put up with your water long enough. It's time for Sunset Water Services, your local water solution since 1989, to fix your water problems. Get better tasting, better smelling, and better looking water today. Say hello to drinking your own delicious water for pennies per gallon. Say yes to healthier skin and hair and to softer and brighter clothes. Sunset Water Services delivers your bags of salt to you, so they'll save your back too. And our products come with a 1-year satisfaction guarantee. Call 304-754-9031 for a free water quality test today. SunsetWater.com.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum at the half. 38-14, Spring Mills on top of Martinsburg. This is the Mansion Ferretti halftime show. Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. We'll take a look at the halftime stats first for the leaders. in the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals. Reagan Edsel and Kyla Andrews both leading the team with 11 points. Maya Griffin sneaky in there with 7. 3 points for Corinne Edsel and 2 points apiece for McIntyre, Bolduc, and King. Over to Martinsburg, it's 7 points for Kyla Fitzpatrick, 3 points from Brooklyn Medina, 2 points for Nelson, and 2 points for Santa Maria. Colin, your initial thoughts here at the half?
Initial thoughts is that even though it was a slow start for Spring Mills, it's exactly what we came out and expected them to do. Dominate. They're able to cause turnovers on Martinsburg, get down the floor, make some threes here and there, but ultimately they just crash the glass, get some beautiful field goals out there, and that's been the difference.
That has been the difference here. The score 38-14. Spring Mills on top of Martinsburg in the Class Quad A Region 2 Section 1 championship game. Winner will host the regional tournament. The runner-up in the section will go to the other region and play the section, or the other section play Section 2 champions. You'll hear the leader of that game at halftime. After this 2-minute break, you'll hear Dylan Bishop. He'll give you halftime score and what else is going on around the country in sports. You're tuned in to the Class Quad A Region 2 Section 1 Girls Basketball Championship game on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Welcome into the halftime and one scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. My name is Dylan Bishop. Halftime scoreboard show brought to you by Mountaineer Pub, located at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway in Martinsburg. Your score at halftime here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Spring Mills 38, Martinsburg 14 in the Section 1 Girls Basketball Championship. In Section 2, currently at halftime, Jefferson on the road leading Washington 24-20. Those are your sectional girls championships at the half. We'll go and look around the rest of the basketball world, starting in college women's basketball, a final that we already had a double overtime game between number 3 Stanford and number 21 Colorado. Stanford gets the win 73-62 on the road. Number 10 Notre Dame defeats Georgia Tech 76-53. Some ongoing games right now. Number 23 Florida State leading Wake Forest on the road 54-52 with just 4 minutes left. Number 1 South Carolina only up 3 points against Tennessee on the road 33-29 at the half. Number 8 Utah 49-43 lead at the half against Cal. Let's look at the NBA slate right now. Early action so far. Nuggets leading the Cavaliers in Cleveland 39-34 with 7:20 left in the second quarter. Celtics currently leading the Pacers 46-37 with 7:30 left in the second quarter. Magic up by 2 on the Pistons, 34-32, halfway through the second quarter. And the Grizzlies with an early first quarter lead, 20-12 in Philadelphia against the 76ers. Again, your score at halftime here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Spring Mills 38, Martinsburg 14. After this 2-minute break, we'll get you back to the Cardinal Coliseum with Spencer and Colin. This has been the And One Halftime Scoreboard Show, brought to you by Mountaineer Pub on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. You'll be back with Spencer and Colin in 2 minutes.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum here as we get you set for the second half action here in the Class Quad A Region 2 Section 1 championship game. Under a minute until third quarter begins. It's 38-14 in favor of the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals over the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs. Colin, if you're Martinsburg, you're not totally out of it. Still, it's going to be a really tough game. It's tough for them to get back into this one, though.
Yeah, you just got to trust yourself on the offensive side and put up shots. You've seen a few times that Martinsburg has really hesitated from shooting the ball off the catch to go with the catch and shoot instead of moving around, because as soon as you hesitate, a Spring Mills defender is there. They swarm to the ball. That is their goal. Swarm, trap, steal, cause any turnover any way possible. So if Martinsburg can start catching, shooting, and make those shots, they're going to potentially get back into this one if Spring Mills goes cold.
All right, well, it will be possession for Spring Mills here at the start of the second half. Third quarter brought to you on TV 10 by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online, they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Go to HagerstownFord.com for more. It's Martinsburg possession. Fitzpatrick will inbound it to Santa Maria. Santa Maria taking her time to get past the timeline, but she does. Guarded by Bolduc. Tried to pass it to Medina. Miscommunication there. Nobody was there.
Yeah, not a good start on the play. You can't have unforced turnovers when you're going to have so many forced turnovers because of how good Spring Mills defense is.
2-2-1 press now. Reagan Edsel down low to Dandridge. Her layup is up and good. Dandridge now the outright leading scorer with 13 points, 40-14.
Yeah, that should have been a three-point play. She was slapped on the hand.
You heard it, too. Probably could have heard it on the broadcast. Medina trapped, but she's able to get it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick going to stop. Has to pass it. Passes it to Strobel. Strobel's shot is no good. off the hands of Bolduc. I thought it was off the hands there.
It might have actually hit Edsel, because Edsel was out of bounds. If it grazed off her, it was close. I couldn't fully tell, but...
Ball tipped by Corinna Edsel, taken away by the Lady Cardinal. She'll slow it down, gets it past the timeline over to her sister Reagan. In the corner for Bolduc from 3, that's through! Bolduc now with 5 in her first made 3 of the ball game, 43-14, 6:59 to go in the third quarter.
That's what we've been waiting for her to do tonight.
She was solid in warm-ups, and ball down low to Strobel. Strobel's able to get her first points of the night with the layup. 43-16 now. Over to Bolduc. Bolduc lays it up, and no good. That's Maya Griffin with the board. She passes it back out to Corinna Edsel, over to Dandridge. Thinks about the 3, passes it over to Reagan Edsel from 3, and that's no good. Rebound there. Corinna Edsel has it at the top of the key. Over to Reagan, down low. Posting up is Dandridge. She turns it over, though. It'll be Martinsburg ball.
Little surprised, because we know the basketball IQ Dandridge has that she missed as soon as she cut in to kick it out to Bolduc, who was wide open for 3.
Ball now over to Bradley. Bradley over to Fitzpatrick. Now to Medina. Medina to Strobel. Strobel backing down her defender. Turns around, lays it up and in. She's now got 4 points out of nowhere.
Yeah, back-to-back possessions, too. She's starting to heat up, maybe, for this Martinsburg team.
Ball now to Reagan Edsel. Excuse me, Reagan Edsel now has it. That was Corinna Edsel. Reagan Edsel with another shot, another field goal. That is good. 13 points for her as well. We've got a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're tuned in to the Class Quad A Region 2 Section 1 championship game with Spring Mills on top 45-18. We'll be back after this 30-second break.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum here. 5:59 to go in the third quarter. Cardinals 45, Bulldogs 18. There's Martinsburg basketball taken away, though. Bolduc with it now in the corner to Corinna Edsel. Corinna Edsel thinks about the 3, passes it over to her sister Reagan Edsel. Ball's batted out of bounds. It'll remain with the Lady Cardinals. Third quarter also brought to you on TV 10 by Smallwood Insurance Group in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. A 3 coming there from Corinna Edsel's no good, but he got the foul on the rebound. First foul of the half.
Yeah, Santa Maria went over the back there for the foul. That's her third, so now her and Singling are with 3, both in foul trouble.
Ball into Bolduc, now over to Edsel. Bolduc tried it with the shot, but ends up Griffin will get it. Her layup is up and good. Griffin now with 9 points quietly tonight. Ball tried to get into Bradley. It's anybody's ball. It's Reagan Edsel with it. She's up to Corinna Edsel. Corinna Edsel is going to take it to the basket. Just kidding. She decides to stop and shoot. That's no good. Strobel with the board. Up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick clear lane to the basket, being guarded by Bolduc. Her layup is up and good for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick with 9 to lead Martinsburg. 5:02 to go here, 47-20. It's a 27-point lead for the Lady Cardinals. Dandridge with it. Thinks about the shot. She ends up passing it over to Maya Griffin. Great job by her to keep it in. Over to Bolduc. Back to Dandridge. Down low. Now in the corner to Bolduc. Another 3 coming. That's off the mark. No good. Santa Maria with the board. She's going to slow it down here. She's trapped, goes out of bounds, and will remain with Martinsburg.
Yep, that went last right off Bolduc, who was trying to use the sideline to advantage to get Santa Maria to go out, but still great defense.
Nelson inbounds it to Green. Down low, intended for Seelinger. Strobel with it. Strobel now with 6 points. 47-22. Dandridge now at the top of the key. Over to Bolduc. To Corinne Edsel. Corinne Edsel guarded by Green. Over to Reagan Edsel. Maya Griffin now at the top of the key to Corinne Edsel. Bolduc in the corner. She passes it back now to Corinne Edsel. Over to Griffin in the other corner. Her shot is up and no good. Rebound there by Dandridge and Edsel. Edsel's shot is up and good. It's 15 now for Reagan Edsel. Medina to Green. Back to Medina. She gets it past the timeline. Try to get it in the Sealinger. Ball's nearly taken away. Green with it. Spins around her defender. Lays that one up and in. Jordan Green in the scoring column makes it 49-24. Ball down to Maya Griffin. She'll pass it back to Corinne Edsel. Over to Reagan Edsel. Back to Maya Griffin. She'll pop from three. That's through. Maya Griffin now with 12 points.
That's just some crisp passing on that possession, too.
Green gets it past the timeline. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to go to Spring Mills. Coming in is McIntyre. Checking out is Griffin. They're also, they're going to say the second sub can't come in. Leave her until the next time of possession change, or next time dead ball. Ball into Bolduc. Guarded by Medina. She's going to pass it to Dandridge. Dandridge passes cross court to Corinne Edsel. Her step back jumper is good. Corinne Edsel now with 5 points. A quiet night for Corinne Edsel. Into Nelson. Nelson stops. Doesn't drag her pivot foot, although it looks like she did. Over to Medina now. Medina. In the corner to Sealinger. Sealinger had to have traveled, but they're going to call the jump ball.
Yeah, I thought she went in, and I agree, traveled before Edsel had her hands on the ball.
So that'll be Martinsburg possession. Green to inbound it. Inbound is Sealinger. Sealinger is going to pass it out. And that's Medina from three. That's off the mark, no good. Nelson fighting for the board, but Corinne Edsel gets it. We apologize to those trying to watch on TV 10. It's out once again. We had these technical problems last night. Over to Bolduc in the corner. To Corinne Edsel at the top of the key for three. That's no good. Reagan Edsel tries to get the board. It's instead rebounded by Strovel. Strovel to Medina. Medina over to Nelson. Ball's taken away. Trying to have us try to work on this TV 10 problem. 1:50 to go here left in the third quarter. 54-24. Spring Mills on top of Martinsburg. Reagan Edsel with it now to Bolduc, and
looks like we got a timeout by the referee because Strovel has a cutter on her face or a potential bloody nose, so she has to go off the court. Hopefully nothing too serious, but especially this quarter, too. This has been her quarter. She has
6 points.
Yeah, 6 of the 10 points in this quarter for Martinsburg. So, tough. Doesn't seem to be too serious. Actually, it might have been a contact, so.
I know all about that, Colin.
I know, you had your
ball down to Reagan Edsel from Dandridge with the assist. Reagan Edsel now with 17 points to lead the way. Ball out of bounds.
So fortunately, it's not a cut, right? That's what you always worry about, especially there underneath the eye. That skin is really thin and sensitive, but fortunately, that's not the case. It's just a contact. You can pop that in and clean it up, obviously, too, because you're on a basketball court, and then get back onto the floor.
Down low to Green. Green's able to take it to the distance, and she lays that one up, and then she's now got 4 points off the bench.
Yeah, right.
With it.
You like the quarter so far from Green, who just got a steal, as well as Strovel.
Up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's going to take it the distance. She's fouled. She'll go to the line.
But you got to give credit so far. Strovel and Green, a great quarter. You realize Martinsburg, even though, yes, you have some starters out there, a lot of players right now that are getting a lot of minutes because it's a 30-point game. You want to have your players rested, knowing that you still have a game left, being the regional championship next week.
Fitzpatrick at the line. Her first shot is up and no good.
But you don't typically see points from Green. She's a girl that averages under 1 point a game. Now she has 4. It's a good night for her. She had a steal, almost had an assist there.
Second shot is up and holds on the rim and falls out. No good. But the rebound grabbed by Bradley, and Bradley lays it up and in for her first points of the night.
Yeah, and that's something that's unusual, too. This far into a game, Bradley entering the score column.
Ball down low to King. No good. Going back the other way is Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick once again. This time she scores a field goal. She'll go to the line for an and one attempt.
Yeah, that was Irving that probably should have just let Fitzpatrick have the lane there. You don't want silly fouls like that.
And once again, apologies to people trying to watch on Comcast Channel 10. We have an outage once again. We had one last night. It's on Comcast end, it appears. We apologize for the technical difficulties there, but again, you can tune in on WRNR TV on YouTube or on Talk Radio WRNR 106.5 FM AM 740 or on our Talk Radio WRNR web stream. The and one attempt is good by Fitzpatrick. She's now up to 13 points to lead the way for the Bulldogs. 3 King with it now. Over to Bush. Bush will dribble drive through the lane. And there's a foul on Martinsburg. I believe it's on Medina or Fitzpatrick. Let's see, they put up. No. It's on Green. Ball inbounded now to King. King fakes the pass. Over to Bush. Now to McIntyre, to Griffin. Back to McIntyre. She'll try to go up for the shot. She's fouled.
Way to see the lane, though. That was a tight fit for McIntyre, and still having the courage to try to weave through that defense, and earned the trip to the free throw line.
McIntyre at the line. 0 for 1 tonight. First shot is up and good.
Score update here in Section 2. A big shift at the end of the third. It's now Washington leading 34-29 over Jefferson.
Wow. McIntyre makes the second shot. 58-31 is a 27-point lead here at the end of the third quarter. Time getting ready to expire. Green with it. Over to Bradley. Her shot is up and no good. At the end of the third quarter, it's Spring Mills 58, Martinsburg 31. We'll be back after this 60-second break. You're tuned in to the EPAC Section 1 championship game on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, as well as Talk Radio WRNR. Back in 60 seconds.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs. Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Back to the Cardinal Coliseum here as we start the fourth quarter. Spring Mills up by 27, 58-31. They're well on their way to winning the sectional championship once again and will host a Region 2 championship game next Wednesday here at Cardinal Coliseum. Inbounded to Fitzpatrick here. Start of the fourth quarter to Green. Green getting solid minutes now after a solid third quarter. She's going to take it to the lane, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line.
Green
got 6 points.
Very impressive. One of the smallest girls out there, if not the smallest, trying to, from an angle here, see if her or Bolduc are taller, but still, she's playing taller right now.
First shot is up and good. She's now got 7 points. 7 points that obviously she only averages, you said, 1, I think, or under 1? Green does?
I have her at 5.
Averages.
I meant points.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's 6.
Yeah, there you go.
But yes, she averages under 1 at 0.8. But a freshman, we could see some talent here down the line. Her and Reagan Edsel. It might be fun.
Now to Bolduc. Bolduc dribble drives in. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Medina. Medina's fouled. It'll be Martinsburg basketball. Green to get the inbound.
It's against Reagan Edsel. Her third, but keep her in.
Ball inbounded to Fitzpatrick. Back to Green. Green splitting the defense. Up to Medina. Medina thought about the three. She thinks about it again. Ball taken away by Corinne Edsel.
Yeah, it was ultimately by Edsel, but it was a great job by Olivia Bolduc to get her hand in there to tip that one to Edsel. Now they're having a good laugh about something.
7:15 left in the contest. 58-33 is the score. Spring Mills on top here. Reagan Edsel now to Dandridge. Dandridge stuck in the corner. She'll bring it out to the top of the key, though. Pass it back to Edsel. Wide open from 3. That's off the mark. No good. Over to Nelson. Nelson's driving the lane of the court. Her layup is no good. Going back the other way now is Dandridge. Back in the corner. Over to Corinne Edsel from 3. Her shot is up and no good. Out of bounds. Remain with Spring Mills. And it is a Comcast issue once again like we had last night. Apologize to the viewing audience trying to watch on Comcast Channel 10. So now we've got a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're tuned in to the Section 1 championship game on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. 6:33 to go. Jordan Green now with 2 fouls on the evening as that forced the timeout. It'll be Spring Mills basketball. Dandridge into Bush. Over to Dandridge again. She's going to back down her defender. Turn around for the shot. That's no good. Rebounded by Bradley. Bradley has somewhere to go through. She picks up her dribble over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick nearly forced out of bounds by Bolduc. Bolduc nearly steals away over to Dandridge. Dandridge tries to lay it up, but she's fouled by Green. Green now with 3 fouls, and she'll likely come out of the ball game here. Maybe not. Coach Fitzpatrick doesn't look to be.
We'll see. Green's looking over towards the bench. I don't see any signal, so. But that possession, you could see a little bit of tiredness setting in for this Martinsburg team.
And we saw them making changes a lot early on in this game.
Yeah, you're trying to keep everybody fresh, but it's tough because of the amount of effort that you have to play at every moment of the game against Spring Mills, who is very well conditioned. Gosk does a great job with his team doing that, and
First
just the
shot
depth
from
they have.
Dandridge was good. Second one up and good as well. And the score is now 60-33 here. Medina to inbound it to Nelson. Nelson back to Medina. Medina trying to split Bolduc. She picks up her dribble, has to pass it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick guarded by Edsel. In the corner now to Nelson from 3. That's no good. And Medina with the rebound, no good. Her shot, Bradley's shot, hangs on the rim and goes in. Bradley now with 4 points. That was one of those shots that just stood there for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, just like us. The ball didn't know what it wanted to do.
Bolduc now over to Reagan Edsel. Reagan Edsel is going to take it up, pass it to Bolduc. Bolduc thinks about the 3. She's going to dribble, drive down the lane, come back out now. Over to Bolduc. Her shot is up and no good. Griffin with it. Back to Bolduc. Bolduc now guarded by Medina. Over to Reagan Edsel. Reagan Edsel wide open. Over to Corinne Edsel. Kind of just waste time here. 5 minutes and counting left in the contest. Fourth quarter brought to you on TV 10 by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at ParsonsFord.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Edsel now guarded by Bradley here. Coach Gosk trying to say, let's just waste some clock here. Under 5 to go in the contest.
Yeah, he just wants to slow this down. It kind of looks like it's just a show right now. I kind of love this, just watching Reagan Edsel against Cadence Bradley. She beats her.
In the corner to Bolduc. Bolduc now comes out to the top. Guarded by Medina. Hands it back off to Reagan Edsel.
And here we go again.
And Cadence Bradley does what you have to do at this point after you wasted about 2 minutes off the clock and you foul it.
You could tell that was a frustration foul. She didn't want to get crossed over again, honestly.
No, but she also didn't want to have to sit there and wait as well.
Frustration foul. It's our third, too, so she's going to take a seat on the bench.
Ball into Reagan Edsel. Probably try to force him to do the same thing. Over to Bolduc, guarded by Medina. She gets around Medina. She's going to dribble, drive, stop at the three-point line now. Passes over to Dandridge. 4:10 remaining in the contest. 60-35 is Spring Mills' lead over Martinsburg. Dandridge has a clear lane to the basket. And the ball goes out of bounds. Thought she was fouled there.
Yeah, she's saying that she felt contact on her hand. No call.
It'll still be Spring Mills' possession here. Dandridge to inbound at 4:04 to go. Bolduc thought she was fouled as well. But Nelson going back the other way now. Guarded by Corinne Edsel. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Corinne Edsel. 3:55 to go in this one. $60-35 here. Coming out there was Maya Griffin. Checking in, McIntyre. Into Nelson. Nelson in the corner to Green. Green's going to shoot the 3. And that's through. Jordan Green. Have a night, the freshman. If you can have her score like she's doing tonight in that region game, maybe you're going to Charleston. And going back the other way now. And there's a foul, I believe a bucket as well. Will they count the bucket?
No.
They didn't.
By the way, with that 3, Martinsburg has now outscored Spring Mills in the second half at 23-22.
There you go.
Ultimately, obviously, you don't just look at the second half. You look at the game as a whole. But
at
still,
the line, that one rolls out no good.
It's a little positive to take with you if you're Martinsburg, right?
Yeah. Now's about the time you think maybe the other game might have concluded by now.
Last update I had was Washington with 5 minutes left in the fourth leading 36-30, and that was 3 minutes ago.
Second shot from McIntyre is good. 61-37, 3:37 to go. Fourth quarter also brought to you on TV 10 by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Medina barely did it. And Green with it. Are they going to call the foul on Bolduc?
Yeah, I don't know if I like that one. I thought Bolduc had her feet set and Green was in the air landing on top of Bolduc, but the ref saw otherwise.
Green's a great gritty player.
Yes, she is.
And ball taken away by Reagan Edsel. No, that's Corinne Edsel. They're going to call the foul on Kyla Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of Green in the future
for
this Martinsburg team.
61-37 at the line. Corinne Edsel. Only 5 points this evening. First shot is up and good on the 1-and-1.
Now have another update. 40-32 Washington with 4 minutes left. So an 8-point lead for the Patriots over Jefferson in Section 2.
Second shot. That ball is up and good.
Which means if things stand right now, it'd be Washington hosting Martinsburg and Spring Mills hosting Jefferson.
Inbounded now to Medina. Up to Nelson. Nelson passes in the corner to Green. That's a three. That's no good. Rebounded by Fitzpatrick. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. So foul on Edsel, if I believe so. That's Edsel's fourth. I think Coach Goss talking about, do you take her out, do you not take her out? 3:10 remaining. You've won the game already. I think they're going to take her out.
Looks like it.
Fitzpatrick at the line.
Bush making her way to the score table.
Fitzpatrick's first shot is up and good. And Edsel comes out. Bush comes back in. I wonder if that's the last we'll see of Reagan Edsel in this section championship game. It's a 63-38 lead for the Cardinals. That shot is up and good by Fitzpatrick. 63-39. Going back the other way now for a missed shot. Medina tries to take it the whole distance. She can't. And you get a timeout, and that you do. Coach Fitzpatrick able to get a timeout. We'll take one with him. You're tuned in to the EPAC Section 1 championship game with Spring Mills up 63-39. We're back in 30 seconds on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
To the Cardinal Coliseum here, 63-39. A few minutes left to go in this one, and Colin, it looks like Spring Mills will host Jefferson, and Washington will host Martinsburg next Wednesday in the Region 2 Championship.
Yeah, unless Jefferson can mount a comeback. As I said a few minutes ago, it's Washington leading 40-32 with 4 minutes left to go in the game, and that was as of 3 minutes ago. So if Jefferson can mount a comeback, they will be the Section 2 champion. But as things are set right now, Washington will get the win, be the Section 2 champion, host Martinsburg Wednesday next week, and then it will be Jefferson having to come to Spring Mills.
2:55 to go in this one. 63-39. Martinsburg with possession. Now into Bradley. Bradley step turnaround shot. That's no good. Rebounded there by Dandridge. 2:49 to go. Dandridge going to take it length of the court. She's going to stop. She's going to make a nice move and lay that one up and in. Dandridge with a great shot there. 65-39. Medina with it. 2:30 to go in this one. Bradley with it. She's going to pass to Medina. She'll pop a three. That one is no good. Rebounded by Nelson. Nelson can't control the board. Up to Corinne Edsel. 2:14 to go. And, you know, this might be a little situational coaching for Fitzpatrick, because obviously they're not done yet. They got another game to play. So you're going to play a little bit here, and you're going to get Coach Goss taking a timeout. Colin, do you have the latest update?
Yes, I just got an update. 45-37, Washington still leading Jefferson. 2.5 minutes left.
So we're about 2 minutes left to go here in this one, and Colin, it's looking more and more like Washington will get the win over there, like you predicted today on the Sportsman.
Yes, I did. The shooters for Washington and Lexi Adams as well as Mary Rivera, some of the best in the EPAC, and both teams Martinsburg split with. However, when Martinsburg went to Washington, it was a blowout, a 71-50 game. So you got to keep that in the back of your mind. It's still possible either team could win because we've seen Martinsburg do so. They won by 2 at home, but when you're at Washington, they did not play well.
Blair Hessen checks in the game for Spring Mills. She inbounds the basketball. Pass to her, and she gets fouled. With 1:55 to go, it's Martinsburg's 9th foul, so we're going to 1-1. Blair Hessen will go to the line.
Yeah, that was some tough play there by Ball as well as Hessen with a lot of pressure on them, a lot of contact too.
Seelinger gets credited with foul, her 4th foul, 1:55 to go. Blair Hessen at the line. Her first shot in the 1-1 is up and good. She checks now into the scoring column.
The 8th player to do so for Spring Mills tonight.
Second shot upcoming. Her second shot is up and good. 67-39 is the score, 1:55 to go. Inbounded to Jordan Green. Green going to take it up, guarded by Bree King. Ball batted in the air by King, taken away there by Vermeulen. Up to Ball, and Ball's layup is up and good. She checks into the scoring column. The 9th player from Spring Mills to check in here.
Vermeulen with the steal.
69-39, a 30-point lead for the Lady Cardinals. 1:28 to go. Ball nearly taken away. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Spring Mills basketball.
You love seeing just how much pressure even the backups for the Spring Mills team can have. I know. It just shows, though, how much depth this team has. Everybody can check in and play, and there's no lack of effort on the floor at any moment.
Bree King with it. She's going to pass the ball. Over to Hessen. Now down low to Keller. Back out, and it's a foul here.
I think they called Keller with 3-second violation, it looks like.
1:07 to go in this one. Just waiting for the final horn. Spring Mills will once again win Class Quad A, Region 2, Section 1. Medina with it. Medina passes it over to Santa Maria, who's checked back into the ball game here. She's going to take a 3. That one is straight through for Santa Maria. She's got 5 points, 69-42. And we've got a foul on King.
That's Santa Maria's first points of the second half.
Yeah, she was out there with those fouls a lot of the second half. Her 3 fouls. At the line, though, is Bree King, because it was, in fact, on Martinsburg.
Yep, that was Medina's second.
First shot from King. Up and good. Second shot from King. Rolls out, no good. 43 seconds to go. Over to Nelson. Nelson has it once again after the pass from Seelinger. Ball nearly out of bounds, kept in though by Santa Maria. Down to Snipes, no good. And Santa Maria's shot no good, rebounded by Ball. Ball's going to run out the remaining 17 seconds of the game. That's Vermeulen. And the ball's out of bounds right in front of our broadcast location, and it knocks out our camera, Colin.
Yeah, it did. I'll have to try to get that for us here quickly, but right now I kind of can't.
Ball inbounded now to Ball, now to Vermeulen. 6 seconds, the shot no good by Keller. 3 and 2, and won. And once again, Spring Mills Lady Cardinals are your Class 4A Region 2 Section 1 champions. They'll host the regional championship next week. As Colin, you want to go run and grab Coach Goss?
Yep, I will. While they shake hands here.
70-42 here. As we're awaiting Coach Gosk here in this one and another. So Spring Mill season goes to 19-0. They remain perfect. As Colin is going to grab Coach Gosk before he celebrates with his team in this one. With a 70-42 victory, as we'll actually wait as he'll get that first and then come over to us as they're going to, I guess they got to present the plaque, but we're going to be joined by head coach George Gosk right now. So put on the headset and coach, once again, a Section 1 championship for your team, and it was really that 15-0 run in the beginning of the first quarter that really solidified things and made it a big lead for your team.
Our game plan played well into our hands. We came out with what we've done all year, our full court press. Our pressure disrupted them a lot. We were able to get the turnovers and the steals, and once you get in the flow with that, then it comes our offense, which I thought we moved the ball well against their zone, got a lot of open shots. We put the ball in the lane a lot, and it worked out for us tonight.
The effort clearly shows for your team, no matter who it is on the floor from your squad. Just talk about just how much you really preach that pressure offensively and defensively and the effort at all points in the game, no matter what.
Yeah, so, there was a point in our season where we were a little stale with that pressure, and I think that's something every team goes through. Talking to the girls, we start at 0-0. 0-0 again, it's a new season. And so you got to rehash where you were at the beginning and find that want to, again, that will. And that's what our press is. It's the will to attack you on defense and the will to attack you on offense. And once you're able to put that into play, hopefully it's going to be a long night for our opponents.
And Coach, Dandridge and Regan Etzel lead your team once again in double digits tonight, along with a lot of other players getting in the scoring column. But we talked before the game, the young nucleus of your team continues to perform every night.
Yeah, I'm so proud of the younger kids, man. 2 seniors leading this team, and then the younger kids, they step up big time. I mean, you got sophomores, a junior, a senior, and a freshman starting, and you can't ask better from this group. The leadership all the way around. Every team has their quarrels throughout the year, but one thing I've loved about our team is every game of the season on the floor, they've stayed together regardless of score, regardless of the outcome of the game. We've always stayed together on the floor.
One game left until a possible state tournament, that being the regional championship. And if things hold on right now, it looks like you guys will be playing against Jefferson as that one's still wrapping up. But what are you excited for between Spring Mills and Jefferson?
Jefferson is a hell of a team. They're tough. They're scrappy. Anytime you got to face them, Martinsburg, in a playoff game in this situation, they're going to come ready for you. And it just becomes, can you not match, but overtake their game plan and their intensity and push your will further than theirs. And that's something we did tonight.
All right, Coach, congrats on the win. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys.
Head coach
Thank you, Coach.
Now, once again, Section 1 champions George Gosk, and there he is going to celebrate with his team. And we'll step aside for a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll start the postgame show. You're tuned in to EPAC Girls Hoops sectional action on TV 10. Back in 2 minutes.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Back to the Cardinal Coliseum here as we get you now into the postgame show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily special and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Spencer Dupuis, Colin McLaughlin, happy to have you with us. Tonight, cameramen tonight were John Alderton and Nick Verslini back in the studio. You'll hear from him in quite a few minutes. Is Dylan Bishop, and the victorious Spring Mills Cardinals win the Section 1 championship once again, 70-42 over Martinsburg. And Colin will get into some game stats here in this one, in which we do have the final. It is officially 47-40. Number 1 Washington beats number 2 Jefferson. So Spring Mills will host Jefferson next Wednesday. Washington will host Martinsburg. And we intend to broadcast the Martinsburg game for you at Washington next week. Just have to get double clarification here. But, yeah, Colin, the stats now brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 South and Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business.
Yeah, I'm trying to total everything up for now, making sure that I have everything correct. You might have to help me out with Martinsburg, because it looks like I might have one too many points for them, but I do have Spring Mills correct. So leading the way for Martinsburg, I had Fitzpatrick with 14 points, followed by Green with 9, unless I counted it as a 2. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm missing, because I had 43 points, but the scoreboard had 42. So, again, Fitzpatrick with 14, Green with 9, followed by Strovel with 6, Santa Maria with 5, Bradley with 4, Medina with 3, and then Nelson with 2. So, not sure what I had extra that they didn't, but at Martinsburg's. For Spring Mills, leading scorers tonight were Reagan Edsel alongside Dandridge with 17 points each. Mike Griffin had 12 points. Corinne Edsel had 7 points. Bolduke had 5. McIntyre had 5. King had 3. Ball had 2, along with Hessen. And it looks like that's the scores for Spring Mills as well, to total up to 70.
All right, there you go. Those were your game stats. Now it's time, Colin, to move on to the awards section of the broadcast. First, we'll start with the moment of the game, brought to you by Chris Ross, the Milestone Real Estate Group. Buying or selling a home, call 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. I think I know where you're going to go with this. I'd be surprised if you didn't.
Yeah, I think it has to be the 15-0 run at the start. After Martinsburg went up 3-0, it was still Spring Mills, though, with a 15-0 run to really get in the driver's seat and cruise to victory. So there in the first quarter, that's my moment of the game.
All right, now it's time for the rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit Cody's Auto Body on Facebook.
My rejection of the game goes to Kyla Dandridge because she had two beautiful rejections, each coming in that second quarter.
Yeah, moments apart, really.
Yeah, so that's my rejection of the game for both of those and the same player.
All right, now this is the hard one. You were telling me
it is.
You were trying to figure out where to go with this. Now it's time for the player of the game, brought to you by Kelly's Allstate Insurance. For all your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg.
I'm stuck between Dandridge and Reagan Edsel because they both had 17 points, and I'm trying to see where I can give the edge to somebody. Reagan Edsel was perfect at the free throw line. Dandridge was not, but Dandridge didn't have any fouls. Reagan Edsel had 4. Am I allowed to do both, or are you going to give me a hard time like I used to?
Well,
give you a hard time.
Look, you can't do both because the sponsor no longer talks about
I'll go Kyla Dandridge with the player of the game today.
All right, there you go. Kyla Dandridge, well earned as the Kelly's Allstate Insurance player of the game. And Colin, we're here. We have all of this for you. What is your initial take on what these regional matchups look like?
I'm excited. Spring Mills Jefferson, that's going to be a good one. Spring Mills, I think, will look to stay undefeated, and Jefferson, a tough task of coming here to get the win. And Washington Martinsburg, you never know how it plays out because we saw the one time, as I mentioned earlier, Washington blew out Martinsburg 71-50. But when we had the game at Martinsburg, it was a 2-point win for the Bulldogs. So next week, with a regional championship on the line, it's just going to come down to who's the better players on the court, and that's what always makes it fun for that game. And either way, I think we're going to be well represented in Charleston.
There you go, Colin, and that will do it here for us. We'll begin to wrap things up as they finish cutting down the net over there. Coach Goss being the last one now, his daughter, and now he's getting a family picture over there. You got to love it that Coach Goss once again tearing down the net for the sectional championship action. But the final tonight, 70-42, as number 1 Spring Mills defeats number 2 Martinsburg in the Section 1 championship. Over in Section 2, Washington, the number 1 team, defeats the number 2 team, Jefferson, 47-40. That means next Wednesday, right here, will be number 1 Spring Mills in Section 1 against number 2 from Section 2, Jefferson. And over in the other one, it'll be number 1 Washington hosting number 2 from the Section 1 Martinsburg. We're trying to get that game on the air, trying to confirm with the athletic department staff at Washington. We'll let you know, hopefully, by the Sports Mix tomorrow, which game we'll have for you next Wednesday. But that'll do it for us here for our cameramen tonight. Nick Verzolini, John Allerton, Dylan Bishop, who you'll hear from momentarily, back in the studio. We'll get you updated on all scores. A lot of college basketball games tonight as we're kind of down to the nitty-gritty here before March Madness will begin. But for Colin McLaughlin, I'm Spencer Boyce saying so long. You'll hear from Dylan Bishop after this 2-minute break. Have a great rest of your night, everyone.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg. Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg is your favorite place to have a great meal, a good time, and to catch all the games. Join us Mondays for 75-cent wings and follow your favorite team from the bar on our 17 TVs located all throughout the bar or from the outdoor fire pit. Ollie's has great food and drink menus and features specials for every day of the week, including Saturdays when you can get a 16-ounce ribeye steak grilled the way you want it for just $24.95. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Welcome into the Postgame AM1 Scoreboard Show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. My name is Dylan Bishop. Postgame AM1 Scoreboard Show brought to you on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 by the Farmer and Mechanics Insurance Company. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. Your final score for the game you just saw or heard on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, Spring Mills Section 1 champions in girls basketball, beating the Martinsburg Bulldogs 70-42. And also going on tonight, the Section 2 championship in girls basketball. Final score of that game at Washington High School is the Washington Patriots 47, the Jefferson Cougars 40. Section 2 champions in girls basketball, the Washington Lady Patriots. We'll get you some scores from around the rest of the basketball world tonight. No games going on tonight in the top 25 of men's college basketball in Division I. So we'll look some scores from Division I. On the women's side, Notre Dame defeating Georgia Tech 76-53. Number 23, Florida State edging out a 1-point win on the road against Wake Forest 61-60. And a game going on right now. Number 1, South Carolina on the road against Tennessee, winning 67-57 with 4 minutes left in that one. Number 5, LSU beating Vanderbilt 50-44 with 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. And number 9, Virginia Tech down by 2 points with 3 minutes left in the first half to number 22, North Carolina, the Lady Tar Heels 25-23. We'll look at what's going on around in the NBA right now. 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. The Nuggets and the Cavaliers are tied at 80 in Cleveland with 1 second left in the third quarter. The Celtics currently lead the Pacers 100-97 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. In Orlando, the Pistons have just taken a 1-point lead, 73-72 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. At halftime in Philadelphia, the 76ers trail the Grizzlies 59-47, and at halftime in Toronto, Raptors lead the Pelicans 54-45. Games going on later tonight. Spurs and Mavericks in Dallas. Utah hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder. At 10 o'clock on TNT, the Lakers host the Warriors. And at 10 o'clock, Sacramento hosting the Trailblazers. That's it for the AM1 post-game scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Again, the game we just had, Spring Mills Section 1 champions in girls basketball 70-42 over Martinsburg. I've been Dylan Bishop with the AM1 post-game scoreboard show brought to you by Farmer and Mechanics Insurance Company. For Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, our whole crew, we wish you a great rest of your Thursday evening.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Hagerstown Ford, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.